Indian immigrants are destroying the Canadian economy. At least that's what your uncle on Facebook might tell you. But if you actually look at the facts, that narrative collapses faster than crypto prices after Elon Musk's tweets. Think about it. Who's crushing university exams, launching startups, and dominating corporate boardrooms? A suspicious number of people who look like tech support, according to your parents. Yep, Indian people. Now, why are we like this? Is it because we are naturally gifted at Excel sheets and PowerPoint presentations? Maybe. Or is it because our parents and grandparents made sacrifices so massive they could star in their own Netflix documentary? We grow up carrying the responsibility to succeed, to push forward, to excel. I can try to convince you it's in our DNA, but more like forced into our DNA. So we can go take care of family, extended family, and one day, hopefully the whole village. And when you look on the other side of the spectrum, who's clocking 16-hour physically intensive shifts at warehouses, delivering your midnight Amazon impulse buys, or hustling in factories? Again, the same brown folks. So seriously, how exactly are the same people both running the corporate world and simultaneously breaking their backs at labor jobs, supposedly tanking the economy? It's like blaming your dentist for cavities. You know it doesn't make sense, but someone's gotta take the blame, and it better be not you. The truth is, when Canada's economy hits turbulence, the conversation quickly turns into a twisted game show. Whose turn is it to get blamed? White people got blamed for having all the privilege, Syrian refugees got blamed for taking all the resources, and now Indian immigrants get blamed for, well, existing, apparently. Notice a pattern yet? Let's talk about where this mess actually started. During COVID, Canada brought in millions of new students, many from Punjab, India. These students paid up to $50,000 in extra fees, most of which went straight into the pockets of shady agents and predatory private colleges. Instead of blaming the corrupt college admins and sketchy recruiters, we blame the students themselves. That's not just lazy, it's victim blaming at its finest. And speaking of exploitation, big corporations also cashed in big time using something called the One Visa Employer Program, originally intended to address genuine labor shortages. But during the pandemic, corporations like Mary Brown's, Loblaws, and Jollibee used it to import thousands of workers, knowing perfectly well the job market was collapsing. And when the economy tanked, guess who took the blame? The same immigrants brought in by these corporations. Yet somehow, we keep pointing fingers at the immigrants working multiple jobs, instead of the corporations turning immigration into their personal season of Squid Game. If we really want to fix the Canadian economy, the conversation needs to shift from which immigrant group can we scapegoat this year to addressing actual issues: corporate greed, predatory immigration practices, the housing crisis, and out-of-control inflation. Do we even need to mention healthcare? But until then, blaming immigrants will remain Canada's second favorite sport, right behind watching hockey and just ahead of complaining about the Leafs. So next time someone says immigrants are destroying Canada, remember, they are probably just one overpriced double-double away from realizing they are also part of the problem. Now that's a conversation worth having, don't you think?
Subscribe to my channel.